Γεια σε όλους. Καλώς ορίσατε σε ένα ακόμα Hogwarts Legacy Gameplay, 11ο μέρος. Κάναμε μερικά πραγματάκια πάλι off camera. Περισσότερο κάναμε χαμαλικοδουλειές. Έτσι, παίρναμε κάποια πραγματάκια. Θέλουμε λίγη ώρα ακόμα γι' αυτό. Ναι, ήρθε η ώρα να δούμε λίγο τι θα κάνουμε σήμερα. Σήμερα θα κάνουμε επιτοπλίστων questάκια και θα ξεκινήσουμε να κάνουμε πρώτα εδώ πέρα. Όχι, εδώ πέρα τα assignments που έχουμε να κάνουμε είναι λίγο για πιο μετά. Ωραία, θα πάμε στο Beast Class επιτέλους. Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Ξεκάθαρα, λοιπόν. Πάμε να δούμε και πού ακριβώς είναι στο χάρτη. Από ό,τι βλέπω εγώ εδώ πέρα είναι κάπου εδώ. Οπότε θα πρέπει να βγούμε έξω. Δεν θα χρειαστεί να πάμε και καθόλου μακριά. Έχουμε κατευθείαν Blue Flame. Το καλύτερο πράγμα. Fast travel for the win. Λοιπόν, για να δούμε τι θα δούμε. Μαζευτεί πολλής κόσμος.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe.
Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue. You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience. That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast food?
Okay.
What do you suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think. I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition and cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
This way. The Neasels are over here.
Oh, couple of Neasel whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tuss, peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone!
That's really not funny.
Από Slytherin το περίμενα τη συμπεριφορά από Ravenclaw.
Let's go.
Τι να έρθεις να κάνεις βρε καημένε, μισή μπάτσα θα είσαι καημένε πάλι. Πω, ό,τι να είναι.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class.
Oh.
Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly.
Για να δούμε. Τρώει! Πάρε κι εσύ. Πάρε κι εσύ.
The Neasels really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please
Κάτσε,
close
ακόμα
the
δεν
pens
πρόλαβα να
and see
ευχαριστηθώ τα
yourselves
ζωάκια.
out. Now, where is our new student?
Εδώ.
There you are. I would like a moment, please.
Sure.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps?
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other 5th years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Hey, over here. Come on.
Oh.
Do you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet in the forest.
You've intrigued me. Very well. Lead the way.
I'd hoped I would. I wouldn't take just... In fact, you're the first.
Really?
Καλά πάει το πράγμα.
Well, thank you. I think.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise.
Πού ακριβώς θα μας πάρει και στο δω.
Quite the weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
It really is much better if I just show you. Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead. Stand back.
Τι λες τώρα? Σαν αυτό που είχε ο Hagrid.
Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them.
And we bow.
I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody.
Ω, τι ωραία. Τέλειο.
So, what did you think of Highwing?
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howin mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
That does seem strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on, what they're doing.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know, the better I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem
Δεν ξέρω, γίνεται
undeterred.
πολύ...
Will you let me know what you find out?
Η αλήθεια είναι ότι
Very well. I
έχω
will.
συναντήσει
I
αρκετούς
should
μες
be
στο
going,
δάσος.
but we'll speak again soon,
Αλλά
I hope.
δυστυχώς δεν ήξερα τα λόγω μόρα για να μπορέσω να ξεκλειδώσω κάποια πίστη. Ωραία. Αν δεν κάνω λάθος, κοιτώντας τον χάρτη μπορούμε να δούμε... Νομίζω. Να το παραδείγματος χάρη εδώ πέρα. Να το εδώ πέρα που λέει zoom. Φαίνεται, έχω περάσει από κάποια πάνω. Εδώ παραδείγματος χάρη. Troll layer. Mooncalves. Unicorns. Small bandit camp. Δηλαδή εδώ τριγύρω γενικά υπήρχε κινητικότητα. Είχα πετύχει πολλούς poachers. Αλλά καμιά φορά δυστυχώς πρέπει να προχωρήσουμε δηλαδή αρκετά για να μπορέσουμε να... Ορίστε, small bandit camp. Έχει δηλαδή διάφορα μέσα, άμα το κοιτάξουμε καλά στο χάρτη μπορούμε να βρούμε διάφορα σημεία που επικρατεί χαμός. Εν πάση περιπτώσει, για να δούμε τώρα τι άλλο έχει μείνει να κάνουμε. Λοιπόν, εφόσον τώρα να ξαναβάλουμε πάλι ριπέρο και να ξαναβάλουμε
Hello, friend. I wonder if you might stop by the 3 broomsticks when you can. I would like your help with something.
Ωραία. Πριν πάμε να κάνουμε main quest, πάμε να κάνουμε λίγο κάποιες από τις χαμαλικοδουλειές που έχουμε να κάνουμε. Πάμε να δούμε αυτό, demanding delivery. Να κάνουμε λίγο και τα side quest όσο γίνεται. Ωραία, οπότε θα πάμε να βάλουμε ένα waypoint κάπου εδώ. Γενικά έχει πολλά πράγματα που μπορείς να κάνεις μέσα σε αυτό το παιχνίδι. Από το να κυνηγήσεις poacher, να πας να κάνεις απεντομώσεις αραχνών. Okay.
I've not heard from my Uncle Roland in quite some time. I've been beside myself with worry. Could you meet me in the courtyard?
By the way, μάθαμε πώς γίνεται το άλογο μόρα. Σωστά. Λοιπόν, μόλις ξεκινήσουν αυτά εδώ τα δύο και γυρνάνε, μετά γυρνάμε, όπα. Και μόλις ξεκινήσουν και γυρνάνε όλα μαζί, απλά τα αφήνουμε εκεί και μπουφ, κατευθείαν ανοίγει. Δεν είναι τόσο δύσκολο όσο νόμιζα.
Revelio.
Λοιπόν. Ό,τι βλέπω εδώ πέρα έχει μια σελίδα. Άμα καταφέρουμε να την αρπάξουμε, καλά θα ήταν.
Revelio.
Όπα. Community Garden. Η σελίδα που πήγε τώρα. Πάει και η σελίδα. Ωραίος, για να δούμε τι θα.
We have everything a young student might need when it comes to potions.
Καλώς τον
Have a good
κύριο.
look around.
Για να δούμε.
Hello, Mr. Pippin. You need help with the delivery?
Yes, I do. A capable student such as yourself should have no trouble making the trip to Cambridge. It's just south of Hogwarts.
What do you need delivered?
Fatima Lawang ordered a few invisibility potions. I used to go myself, but lately Fatima has taken to turning every visit into an argument. Constantly complaining about the quality of my stock. But how can I maintain excellence when she orders so often, giving me no time to brew? If you take this rather irritating task off my hands, I'd happily allow you to claim the delivery fee from Fatima.
It sounds annoying.
I'd be happy to help with the delivery.
You've no idea how grateful I am, truly. Here are the invisibility potions she requested. Hopefully she won't give you too much trouble. She's a talented potioneer in her own right. I dare say I wouldn't mind having a look at her potion recipes one day.
Ξέρεις, τα καβατζώνουμε και τα χρησιμοποιούμε για την πάρτι μας. Νομίζω... το. Ξέρεις, και τα χρησιμοποιούμε για μας. Μας έδωσε 4, οπότε το ένα μας το κρατάμε καβάντζα. Οκ, για να δούμε τώρα που ακριβώς πρέπει να πάμε. Γιατί κάτι μου λέει ότι είναι αρκετά μακριά εκεί που πρέπει να πάμε. Πάμε στο world map. Κοίταξε να δεις, έχουμε blue flame εκεί πέρα. Τελικά το να κάνεις εξερεύνηση στο Hogwarts Legacy έχει πολύ μεγάλο, πολλά πλεονεκτήματα θα έλεγα.
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Me neither.
That Pippin should have been here by now.
You can stop a thief in their tracks.
Madam Lawang, I have a delivery from J. Pippin's potions.
Sent a child to do his work for him, did he? Always cutting corners and taking the easy way out. Did he have you brew them for him as well? Doesn't matter. You could probably do it better than he can anyway.
Why do you keep ordering from him if you think the quality to be inferior?
It would seem I have more and more customers who are trying to stay out of sight. I'm not one to judge. You can simply imagine the stress I'm under to deliver quality products. Unlike some vendors, I strive to keep my customers satisfied.
Με λίγα λόγια, δηλαδή συνεργάζεται με κακό κόσμο για να θέλουν όλη visibility potion.
Here are the potions you requested.
You think it's so simple? I know Pippin is always trying to cheat his customers. Cutting corners to save some galleons for himself at the expense of quality. You'll not be getting a canut out of me until you prove the potion works. Drink it.
Seems simple enough. I'll do it.
I should think so.
Γι' αυτό μας έδωσε 4.
It seems to have worked.
Well, I suppose that will do.
If the demand for potions is as high as you say, have you considered being easier to work with? Perhaps combining your recipes and skills?
Not a chance. That ne'er-do-well had his shop handed to him. The rest of us had to make our own way. I'll not give him the benefit of my hard work and gumption. If he fails on his own, so be it.
Well, I'm sorry, but nobody likes a Karen.
You mentioned that more and more customers are trying to stay out of sight. Why?
Well, I can't speak for all of them, but certainly my Ashwinder customers have their reasons. If I were you, I'd forget I heard that.
Very well. I shall let Mr. Pippin know I delivered the potions as requested.
You do that.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Καταλάβατε δηλαδή, όντως η συγκεκριμένη είναι Karen με όλη τη σημασία της λέξεως. Αλλά αυτό που είπε για τους Ashwinders είναι αυτό που υποψιαζόμουν. Πρέπει να συνεργάζεται. Θεωρώ ότι είναι πολύ δύσκολο για αυτούς να μπουν μέσα στο Hogsmeade να πάρουν πράγματα. Οπότε το να πάνε σε κάποιον προμηθευτή που δεν βλέπουν πολύ, δεν υπάρχουν μάτια τριγύρω.
I delivered the potions to Fatima Lawang.
Very good. And did she cause you any trouble?
Nothing to worry about. I handled it.
Glad to hear it. And thank you again for your help.
I'd like an additional fee. Μπα, συμφωνήσαμε κάποια πράγματα,
It was a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Pippin.
Likewise. Worth every bit of that delivery fee to have someone capable deal with that witch.
Best of luck with your potions, Mr. Pippin.
Do take care.
Ωραία, πολύ σημαντικό αυτό. Λοιπόν, πάμε να δούμε τώρα τι άλλο έχουμε να κάνουμε. Θα πρέπει να μιλήσουμε Σιρόνα. Ξεκλειδώθηκε και αυτό με τον Σεμπάστιαν. Ενδιαφέρον. Για να δούμε behind the moon, όχι. Πάμε να μιλήσουμε Σιρόνα, μιας και είναι εδώ πέρα δίπλα. Ωραία, λοιπόν, πάμε να δούμε πού είναι η Σιρόνα. Μπορώ να πω ότι είναι όλα τα, ακόμα και τα side quests είναι πάρα πολύ ενδιαφέρον.
Glad you came.
Wish I had the courage to go into the forest.
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ramrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Road trip. Έχουμε ήδη Flu Flame. Flu Flame for the win.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle? It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Excuse me, did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practising dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
This looks intriguing.
Incendio! Expelliarmus! Glacius! Accio! Incendio! Levioso! Confringo!
Is that Inferius? That must be Bardo.
Levioso! Accio! Incendio! Levioso! Protego!
Οκ, σοβαρεύουν τα πράγματα. Πάρα λίγο να τσαπάξω. Πάρα λίγο να μαπαγιάσω. Πάρα λίγο. Κοίτα ρε τα ζομπάκια που έκαναν. Journal entry. They have created an inferius. Oh,
this mentions in theory, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next.
Τι να σας κάνω ρε παιδιά, δεν μπορώ να σας κάνω κάτι και άλλο από εδώ πέρα. Έτσι όπως είναι τα πράγματα.
Levioso!
Ήρθε η ώρα να παίξουμε λίγο εδώ πέρα.
Accio! Levioso! Protego! Stupid! Accio! Confringo! Incendio! Levioso!
Ό,τι χρειαζόμαστε στη γλώσσα σου, sorry, αλλά δεν γινόταν διαφορετικά. Πες μου ότι βγήκε κι άλλο inferior. Πώς λέγεται κι άλλο σομπάκι.
I should investigate.
Get over here, you insolent child!
Confringo! Levioso!
The beasts around here can sleep a bit easier now.
Το ήταν. Τουλάχιστον καταφέραμε και τους νικήσαμε εκεί πέρα.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where?
Groundrot's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
Don't be stingy.
Madame Beaumont, I believe I have some news of your brother.
Adolf? What do you know of my brother?
I'm afraid he's dead.
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd!
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No. No. This can't
Δεν
be.
το κατάλαβα καν ότι είχε γίνει ο τύπος.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph!
Πάμε να συνεχίσουμε το κουεστάκι. Πού ήτανε?
Bardolph, you wouldn't have left without saying goodbye.
Κάναμε λίγο διαφορετικό κουεστάκι, αλλά δεν πειράζει. Submit the command behind the tail. Αρχή. Εδώ πέρα είμαστε. Τέλεια.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Brottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Brottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Brottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawklumps.
Oh, yes.
And the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
I dream of making a...
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
I can get that goblin. Careful now. Avoiding
Accio. Incendio.
Oh, let me fight some more! Θα λέγατε να τους σπάσουμε λίγο στο ξύλο. Και μάλιστα έχω και την ιδέα πως θα τους σπάσουμε στο ξύλο.
So close. Let's play. Stupid. The light go out of your eyes.
Oh, τι έγινε? What the? Τι ήταν αυτό? Δεν πρόλαβα να ανοίξω καν τη σκούπα. Τι φάση, νόμιζα ότι...
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
The ministry ought to relax their feelings towards the dark arts.
Hey, anyone who wants to fight me?
Expelliarmus! Clumsy little fool! Accio!
I know all of it.
Not so tough now, are ya?
Oh!
Nothing.
Accio!
Πάμε!
Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Levioso! Confringo! I won't go down easy!
Let's do this! Leroy Jenkins!
Levioso! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Levioso!
Δεν κατάφερε να αγγίξει ποτέ το...
It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts.
Δεν κατάφερε ποτέ να σηκωθεί επάνω. Ουδέποτε. Να προσγειωθεί, με συγχωρείτε. Δεν κατάφερε ποτέ. Απλά εκεί. Grind. Αυτό ήταν. Μάλλον. Οκ, πάμε να μαζέψουμε και τα υπόλοιπα. Εδώ είναι.
This is Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Serona's box of letters. Better have a look around. See about the Hawklumps and the box of letters. Revelio! That's all the Hawklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Να πάρουμε και για μας, αγόρινα μου. Ναι. Θα χρειαστούμε να φτιάξουμε και εμείς τέτοια πραγματάκια.
Revelio!
Depulso! Όχι κύριε το Depulso.
Incendio!
Δεν ήταν κάτι αξιόλογο. Δεν πειράζει. Σημαντικό είναι ότι και αυτά μπορούν να πουληθούν και να βγάλουμε χρήματα. Και τώρα αυτό που μαζεύουμε είναι για μας, από ό,τι καταλαβαίνω. Και πολύ ωραίο εδώ πέρα έτσι πως είναι.
Levioso!
Όχι.
Depulso!
Ωραία. Έχουμε κάτι άλλο εδώ πέρα. Όχι. Εδώ πέρα πρέπει να είναι τα γράμματα κάπου. Ή μάλλον πρέπει να κάνω λάθος.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Εννοείται θα κάνουμε fight.
Confringo! Accio! Incendio!
Rest easy, my large friend.
Ξεκάθαρα πράγματα. Rest in pieces. Και τώρα πάω κάπως να πάμε. Έχει πράγματα εδώ πέρα. Πολύ πολύ ωραία, συνεχίζουμε.
Revelio.
Revelio, έχει πολύ πραγμάτια εδώ. Έλα λίγο πιο εδώ να μπορέσουμε να ανέβουμε. Υπέροχα. Έχει σκιουράκι εδώ πέρα.
This must be Sorona's box of letters. I should take this box. I think that's everything. Sorona will be glad to have this back.
Προσωπικά δεν θέλω να τα διαβάσω τα γράμματα γιατί είναι προσωπικά τα γράμματα, παρόλο που μας έδωσε άδεια. Δεν θέλω να γίνω τέτοιο. That works, actually. Κι άλλα μανιταράκια. Bam bam.
Protego. Confringo. Leviosa.
Άλλος για την καλή πατρόνα.
Stop fishing around like a billywig.
Accio. Protego. Leviosa. Confringo. Incendio.
Τόρισα λίγο το κόμμα, δεν πειράζει.
Accio. Confringo. Descendo. Cabolso. Glacius. Expelliarmus. Glacius. Leviosa. Accio. Confringo. Incendio. Protego. Stupefy. Confringo.
Έτσι και με το φλικ. Τέλεια, έτσι. Παιδιά, έτσι είναι. Πρέπει να παίρνουμε ό,τι loot μπορούμε να βρούμε. Το εκμεταλλευόμαστε, ξεκάθαρα. Oh, you can enter while mounted. Oh, ναι, φτάσαμε στο Hogsmeade, ok. Κάτσε τουλάχιστον να πάμε όσο δυνατόν πιο κοντά.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Δεν μπορούμε να πούμε καθόλου μετά. Δεν πειράζει και μέχρι εδώ καλά είναι που φτάσαμε. Εν τω μεταξύ το Hogsmeade είναι από τα λίγα μέρη τα οποία δεν μπορείς να πας με τη σκούπα μέχρι μέσα. Έχει αυτό το barrier. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Κάτσε να δούμε εδώ πέρα τώρα. Οπα, εδώ είμαστε. Όχι. Ναι, εδώ είμαστε. Το μπερδεύω κάθε φορά. Εδώ είσαι.
Hello, Sorona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Hawk Clumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand, and not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Πήγα να μαζέψω τα γράμματα, δεν θα τα διαβάσω. Μετά έρχομαι εδώ πέρα. Ναι, σχετικά με τα γράμματα, λέγανε κάτι πράγματα μέσα. Όχι γιατί βαριόμουν να διαβάσω τα γράμματα. Εν πάση περιπτώσει. Κάπου εδώ το βίντεο φτάνει στο τέλος του. Σας ευχαριστώ όλους που παρακολουθήσατε το βίντεο. Μην ξεχνάτε να κάνετε like αν σας άρεσε το βίντεο. Κάντε το κοινοποίηση σε φίλους σας που μπορεί να τους ενδιαφέρει να θέλουν να δουν την εμπειρία, εν πάση περιπτώσει, του Hogwarts Legacy και το gameplay που κάνουμε. Εάν δεν έχετε κάνει εγγραφή, σκεφτείτε να κάνετε, είναι εντελώς δωρεάν και βοηθάει απίστευτα πολύ το κανάλι. Αυτά από εμένα και θα τα πούμε στο επόμενο βίντεο. Γεια σας!